Hello and welcome to the full-time hangout Arsenal versus Manchester United. You know what, Moran? We went there, we did the business, and we won 2-1. What a fantastic feeling right now. We haven't won there in a while. Looking back in iconic Old Trafford moments, we got Martin Keown jumping in Ruud van Nistelrooy's face. We have Silva and Will Towards scoring the winning goal. And you know, we just added another one to the record books. How you feeling right now, Moran?
He left 'cause yo shit. He left 'cause yo shit. Danny
Danny
Welbeck.
Welbeck, he left 'cause your shit. That's
Oh,
wonderful.
it wasn't one of our vintage performances. You could say that we were a notch below, our standards, but who cares? That's all you needed today. 'Cause Man United aren't that good. They really aren't. We should have demolished them at the Emirates. Things didn't go our way. Today we didn't play nearly as well as we did that day, and yet we still came away with the victory. I'll admit it right here. I do honestly believe that Man United do have the best keeper in the world, because without him, there was a blowout on their hands. But apart from that, Cazorla was off the hooks. Even though Welbeck
I don't
he did
know.
not
Welbeck was shit. I don't think he was
he did
good.
not have a great he did not have a great game. But as soon as he scored that goal, I felt adrenaline kicking, and he was running after everything. I loved it. Alexis Sanchez, he was unlucky, but he was all over the pitch, clearly outperforming Mr. Angel Di Maria, who can't even stay on the field, or let alone stay on his feet. And it's just smiles galore, smiles galore.
You know, as you said, it wasn't a vintage Arsenal performance, but it's a vintage win. Breaking the curse at Old Trafford. You know what? I was impressed by a lot of players today, especially Francis Coquelin.
Oh,
I thought he was a warrior out there. You know, who would have thought 3 months ago when he was playing at Charlton he'd be our best performer at Old Trafford, man? There was no one out there, and I thought Mesut Ozil had a world-class performance today. I thought he was running the show completely. Didn't make a bad pass the whole match. I thought Danny Welbeck could have been a little better. His movement, he wasn't very decisive in the first half with his runs. I thought he could have made some better runs to maybe get the ball himself or either clear up space for other players to run into. But you know what? We got the 3 points. We held on. And as you said before, Man U were just shite today. They had one tactic that was kick it up to Fellaini, and you know what? That doesn't work. And
Did it not like reminisce of like a Stoke City performance from Manchester United?
yeah,
It really did. The way they play, I've heard about it all season. They play this type of football, and it's very Stoke-esque. So maybe Mark Hughes has taught them something, but they had piles of possession, but obviously they didn't create as much as they would have liked.
let's talk. A big talking point is going to be, well, not a talking point, just talking about the ref. Michael Oliver today, spot on performance. You know what? You don't see many referees go to Old Trafford and make those decisions. And you know what? We're not just saying these are the right decisions because we're Arsenal fans. Those were just plain out the right decisions. He didn't bottle it, so you know what? We love to criticize the refs when they're wrong. We got to give them their dues when they're right. What else do you think of Michael Oliver's performance today?
Oh yeah, he was, looking at replays, a very controversial decision. I think he got each and every one of them spot on. He's a young ref. I'm looking at it right now. He's only 30 years old. He just turned 30. No more than 2 weeks ago, February 20th. And to have the guts to stick with your conviction of a call, especially the ones on Di Maria, the Yanazai one, and to really give a red card to Angel Di Maria at Old Trafford for something as that's going to be talked about in the coming days.
No, but that's a red card, man. You can't.
It is a red card. No, for sure, it is a red card. It is a red card for sure.
And it was a dive before.
But to be able to have the guts to to pull out the red card is, credit to him. Not just from an Arsenal support, just from a neutral standpoint.
And you know what? Let's talk about the tactics by Arsene Wenger today. More of a counter-attacking style, which was nice, but I want to talk about his substitutions.
Okay.
You know what? The substitution that won us the game was throwing on Aaron Ramsey instead of Theo Walcott. Honestly, I think that substitution won us the game. Aaron Ramsey came on, solid performance, solid two-way player. He was doing it offensively and defensively. It would have been more of a risky move with Theo, And in those last couple minutes, I trust Aaron Ramsey to be running his heart out more than Theo Walcott. Obviously, we know Theo's more of a dangerous threat, but I think Arsene Wenger was spot on with his substitutions with Aaron Ramsey. That decision, I thought, won us the game. Smart move to take off Bellerin with that yellow card. He was lucky. Some could say he could have been off the pitch. I personally don't think it would have been a second yellow, but good decision to bring Chambers on. I was a little afraid he wouldn't be up to the speed of the game when he came on, especially being thrown into the fire around.
But then again, all he had to cover was Ashley Young. Come on.
I know, but it's still impressive for an 19, 20-year-old to come in that situation and play very well. Nacho Monreal with the goal. Nacho Monreal with the goal at Old Trafford, Moran. What do you think about the back four today? What were your opinions on the back four?
I think all you could talk about this game was Per Mertesacker. I think he, especially with all the criticism he's had lately, because Shelny was brilliant, of course. That's
should have been a little tighter on Rooney. He's got to be more tighter on Rooney.
That of course, yeah, that was, but that was more the ball than the marking there. But I think talking about was Per Mertesacker. I think I gave him my man of the match. I think with
man of the match, Per Mertesacker.
Not just because of his performance. It wasn't obviously the best performance. Just heading into this match, replacing Gabriel, with all this skepticism, all the criticism towards his way. I saw a full-time Devils video that he was the weak spot for Arsenal heading into this match. He was the weakness that Man United had to exploit. And at Old Trafford, with the likes of Wayne Rooney and Angel Di Maria in front of him,
but no one else after that.
And he held them out. I think I love the way he played. Wojtek Szczesny, his first start was, I remember, December 2010 at Old Trafford. I'm pretty sure he was splendid that day too. In his first start as an 18-year-old. And today, apart from some shaky moments, he did his job. He did his job.
He did do his job, but his distribution, I think, has to be better. His decision making is still iffy. I don't trust him when he gets the ball at the back there. I know you're very calm when he gets it, but my heart rate races a little bit. Let's talk about the attack today. Interesting decision to start Danny Welbeck. I was excited by that. I know I was texting you and my brother saying I was really excited. Danny Welbeck is definitely going to score. He did score, but you know what? I did want to see more from his performance. There's a couple times when we had 3-on-2 attacks, 3-on-3s, 4-on-4s, 5-on-4s, where a little more movement on his part could have done the squad a lot better. Even just a quick diagonal run, maybe he gets the ball in space, but if not, he opens up some space for the player with the ball to attack and dribble towards. I thought he could have been a little smarter in his decision-making on where to make his runs. Alexis Sanchez was good again today, sublime control, but again, it seemed like he was trying to do a little too much. And then the Mesut Ozil today was my man of the match. Just pulling the strings. When he got the ball, everything was calm. He made the players around him calm, put his teammates in good positions, gave them time with the ball. It was just an absolute world-class performance by Mesut Ozil. And then the midfield went two ways today. As you pointed out before, Santi Cazorla, box-to-box, Aaron Ramsey, box-to-box, and Koch was a warrior.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on the players going forward today?
You're right. Mesut Ozil did have a great performance today. That did merit man of the match. And if I wasn't, a little favoring Mertesacker in this match, I think my man of the match would go to Santi Cazorla. It's really underrated at him nowadays. Before this season, you wouldn't really, you just look at him as a one-way offensive threat. But now you see him. He tracks back. He's a workhorse on defense.
Yeah.
For some guy that's smaller than, what is he? I don't even know how tall he is. I think he's like 5'7". For someone that's that small, so around that, I'm not sure. But
Mesut Ozil.
No, Santi Cazorla.
Oh, okay. I was about to say
someone that small,
5'7". Go ahead.
Somebody that small to be able to stick in tackles against much bigger oppositions, especially the Stoke-esque players that Manchester United have. It's really a great sighting and really impressive to see from the little Spaniard.
And the thing that I like about him dropping back in that pivot is he gives us better distribution, I think, when he can drop back into the midfield, really hit the wingers, play the striker to his feet, just good distribution, calm, much like Mesut Ozil, always makes the right decisions, calms the game down a lot, and you know what, just a great performance from Santi Cazorla. Um, Talking about the timer in, we did not get Liverpool in that semifinal. Is that what you were hoping for? Did you want to see them in the semifinal? Well, considering if Liverpool go through, did you want to see them in that semifinal, or would you rather see them in the final, which we have after the draw today? Marin? Marin? It appears as if we've lost. Oh, there you are. Marin?
Has been long awaited since their dream run has begun. Bradford City, the potential of seeing Bradford City again.
Yeah.
It's a little frightening, but thankfully it's going to be at Wembley, not their piece of trash of a pitch. No offense to all Bradford City fans, but their pitch. So I think it's going to be, especially with a balanced amount of fans from both sides, we should deal with them. If we possibly play them, we should deal with them quite easily. Reading, they're not a threat to us. I'm sorry for all Reading fans, but we should coast our way to the final. But then again, it's the FA Cup. We saw last year with Wigan, so.
Yeah. Did you want to see Liverpool in the semi-final, or do you like how we see them in the final? What are your opinions on that?
That's actually
It's a tough question.
It is a tough question. Usually, I didn't want Manchester United this early, especially at Old Trafford, but we dealt with them. But Liverpool, it's different. It's a different animal because they've been arguably the best Premier League team in the past since the new year. Really, they've been on a great stretch of run. They've been in a great form of run. Sorry,
they weren't great on the weekend against Blackburn.
Oh, they weren't, but dealing with Man City quite easily. The resurgence of Philip Coutinho, Sturridge is coming back into form. Their back line seemingly looks solid at the moment. They look like a big threat to top four Champions League football. So we'll see how they end up. Maybe they fizzle out by the time it reaches the final, if they quite so make it there. But who knows? I would have liked. It makes a better moment to ruin Gerrard's party in May.
Exactly. If we can beat them in that big game, that'd be fantastic. I personally would have liked to see them maybe in that semifinal. Just as you said, they wouldn't be as hyped up as much. So obviously a huge game whenever you're playing Wembley against a big side. But in that final, as you said, hyped up as Gerrard's last hurrah. Who knows? But you know what? We gotta play the hand that we've been dealt. We beat them last year in the FA Cup, although that was at home. No complaints from that. And then going forward into the West Ham match, Marin, what do you want to see from the team, obviously coming off a solid performance today?
Well, if they play like this, they should deal with West Ham quite easily.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'd like to see them play a little bit better. I would like to see, hopefully, Chamberlain's not knocked up. He should come back for the match against West Ham. But just I would expect some of the same or better, really, because West Ham aren't that great of a team as they began the season. So
yeah.
It will be nice to see Alex Song make his return at the Emirates, but it should be a quite comfortable fixture on the weekend.
Yeah. Not only Alex Song, we got maybe the return of Jenko at the back there.
Oh,
but I'm definitely excited for that match. I've got tickets. I'm flying over to England midweek, and I'm going to my first game in a while. I used to live in England as a kid. I haven't been to a match in a while, so I'm very excited for that. What did you think of Olivier Giroud not getting the start today, Marin? We talked about Danny Welbeck and his performance and the decisions made by Arsene Wenger. You have to say Arsene Wenger played it pretty well today.
Yeah, I think that was more of an ode to Welbeck, more to really regain his confidence, especially the last time he played against Manchester United. He had a handful of chances he couldn't convert, and he still has faith in Danny Welbeck, and Danny Welbeck delivered for him. So the Wenger's been known to have keep his faith in players, and just like today, it was rewarded.
Have to agree. Oh, what a day, Moran. What a day. We got the monkey off our back. Arsenal fans around the world, those last 15 minutes felt like an hour. Just absolutely fantastic. I can't, like, the feeling after that win is almost indescribable. Just how happy you are after that win, just to finally beat United at Old Trafford is absolutely huge. And, you know, it really can kickstart our season going forward. Maybe we solidify a top 4 spot for sure. Hopefully finish third. Maybe push on for second. I think the league's out of our reach, but then go on as well in the FA Cup and win it. For all our viewers right now, I would like to see some comments on what you think a good, successful end to the season is from this point on. Obviously, at the start of the season, we're all going to say win the league. But right now, what do you think is a successful finish to the season that we have right now? I'll be reading through those comments later. Moran, any last words from you?
Yeah, they had tons of Fergie time, and sorry to say they couldn't convert. 5 minutes seemed a little bit of a stretch. You know, I was looking at 3 or 4, but 5. You know, you can tell that the ref was trying to, not the ref, but like, you know, a fix was in, but.
The fix was in. I don't know, you can't say that, but what about, well, Moran, they had 5 minutes, but you know what, they only kicked it up to Fellaini about 3 times, and you know what, they went 0 for 3, of course, with the Stoke tactics. Anything else you got to say? You're all good? You're going to relax, take it easy, take a deep breath, sit down?
He left 'cause you're shit. He left 'cause you're shit.
Danny Welbeck, he left 'cause you're shit. All right. Thank you, everyone, for watching the Arsenal versus Manchester United full-time hangout. I know we're all going to be waiting for those interviews coming off the ground. I can't wait for Claude's interview when he gives a nice shout-out to Andy Tate. That's going to be wonderful. That's going to be great. I want to see Mo. I want to see Bully. I want to see all the interviews tonight. You guys should all check them out. And you know what? Just for the rest of the week, we can just think of Wayne Rooney going home with the loss today, and just what a day! What a day! That's all I can say. Thanks for joining us on Full-Time Hangout. What's that, Moran?
One more thing. You know, I think Danny Welbeck, you know, was probably thinking. I was always listening to the little boy inside of me saying, you know, that Arsenal was the team for him. You know. I wonder where RVP was today. I want to see how I wish to see his reaction to the game today.
Yeah, if he was at the stadium, we can get that camera. We can zoom in on him. Look at his face. Oh, that would have been great. That would have been wonderful. Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you guys on Saturday when Arsenal take on West Ham. And you know what? The monkey's off our back. Up the Arsenal.